And there's this story. 16 airports around the world allow U.S.-bound passengers to clear customs before they land. It's a program known as preclearance. American officials say that means better security and shorter waits. But travel editor Peter Greenberg looks at the controversy over the newest location in the Persian Gulf, which he recently visited. Peter, good morning.
And good morning, Nora. You see, U.S. Airlines and the Airline Pilots Association are arguing against this latest preclearance facility in the Persian Gulf. They claim the money should be spent instead to improve customs facilities and staffing at U.S. airports. And some members of Congress have been questioning the security at the newest U.S. customs operation in Abu Dhabi. The 1,300 passengers flying from Abu Dhabi to the United States each day do not have to clear U.S. customs upon arrival. That's because everyone is processed by U.S. Customs in Abu Dhabi before taking off.
At the end of such a long flight, the last thing you want to be doing is standing in a queue for hours waiting to get cleared.
Preclearance allows international passengers like Philip Milton to grab their bags and go, just like domestic travelers.
We were just about to walk out of the door. I'm still looking for the customs. I didn't realize that we could just hop in the cab and go.
The Abu Dhabi government built the facility to U.S. government security specifications. Then they brought over U.S. customs officers to train. And that's when the protest started from some U.S. airlines.
Looking at preclearance facilities overseas is not the answer.
Nicholas Callio represents the major American airlines opposed to preclearance. They argue the convenience creates an economic advantage for foreign carriers.
If you can't get it right here, you shouldn't be sending any resources overseas and giving someone an advantage over people trying to come into this country. You know, you ought to be able to clear JFK in the same time you clear Dublin.
But you don't.
You don't.
Peak wait times to clear customs at some American airports can be excessive. 3.5 hours at Los Angeles, nearly 5 hours in Miami and New York's JFK. Compare that to international travelers waiting under an hour to clear customs at 16 airports abroad, including Ireland, Aruba, Bermuda, and Canada, where preclearance started in 1952.
I think it's good for the U.S. economy, and it's certainly good for our security, which is our core mission and our responsibility.
Kevin McAleenan is the acting deputy commissioner with U.S. Customs.
We wanted to increase our security footprint globally, and especially in the region. So the United Arab Emirates was a natural place for us to seek to have a preclearance operation.
But the security benefit of preclearance is also being questioned.
Some of us have expressed concern.
In February, the Secretary of Homeland Security was called to defend preclearance to a skeptical Congress.
I believe it's a Homeland Security imperative that we improve that security one way or another, and I think preclearance is a good way to do that.
Quite frankly, I would rather see one of our guests, if they're going to be denied entry into the U.S., that be done here.
James Hogan is the president and CEO of Etihad Airways, the only airline offering nonstop service from Abu Dhabi to the United States.
For the American carriers, I think it's a bigger issue for them. I think maybe they're using us as a weapon to put pressure on the U.S. government.
We need to have our system make sense, Peter. You know, and making sense at our own borders is the key way to do that.
And time is money.
Time is money. You know, delays cost passengers and businesses billions and billions of dollars a year.
Now, any country meeting U.S. security requirements can offer preclearance. But until more of those foreign facilities open or improvements are made to expedite clearing customs facilities here at U.S. airports, the majority of the flying public may continue to have to wait in some very long lines.
So the main opposition to this is by domestic carriers who believe that this would put them at a distinct disadvantage.
Well, when you think about it, it does put them at a disadvantage when you consider that I can leave an airport now, go through another airport and clear customs there and save 2 hours every time I fly, because after a 14-hour flight, I don't have to wait in any lines. I just go home. My bags clear, my bags connect, and I leave. You like that?
Yes.
Works for me.
Yes, I was going to say, yeah, I do.
Yeah, we do. Peter, thank you.
You got it.